All right, gentlemen, let's move on quickly. Following the twist introduced to the hardship protest when some protesters were seen waving the flag of Russia and calling for a military intervention in Nigeria, the federal government is taking drastic measures against the sponsors. In view of this, the Office of the National Security Advisor, NSA, and heads of security agencies have directed the Nigerian Immigration Services to arrest sponsors of the #EndBadGovernance protest placed on watch list. Speaking during a combined news conference by heads of security agencies and service chiefs convened by the Chief of Defense Staff in Abuja, the Controller General of Immigration, Kemi Nabdab, confirmed that the agency has identified some diaspora sponsors on the watch list. The immigration boss said they would be arrested if they stepped on Nigerian soil. Adewe, let me start with you. This is a recent development, and for others, this is good. What's your take on this, now that all the security agencies are in agreement on this particular update?
Yeah, I watched the video where the defense chiefs came together to speak about insecurity and also promising to track down those that are funding the protests. And I think it's good that, they have to do their job because that's what they are paid for, to ensure stability, to ensure peace and harmony. But to also be good if, as security men, they also listen to alternative opinions, Nigerians, to enrich, the debate and probably to help them so that at the end of the day, our common mission of having a peaceful and prosperous country will be achieved. In the first place, the right to protest is guaranteed by the Constitution, I think Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution, that you cannot starve a child for a whole day. If the child protests the first day, second day the child will start crying. The third day, if you do provide food, the child may even start destroying the properties in the room, which is at a point that we now say, oh no, you can't do this. So the right to protest is an ingredient of democracy. I don't think there's only no country in the world for the past 10 years that we have not, even in China, North Korea, there are all sorts of forms of protest. It may differ. So I watched the video and they were talking about stopping those that are sponsoring the protest from abroad. Well, the point of the matter is that I will advise the defense chiefs to understand the context and form of that protest itself. There were those who went to that protest genuinely. They wanted peaceful protest. They were not happy with what is going on in the country. They just feel they want to register their grievances. There are those who chose to hide under that protest to vent their anger because they lost the last election. Say, look, if this, in fact, we want to destabilize this one because we are not in power. There are also those within the hiding under this contest, this protest, who are also part of the ruling party, who felt that we have been marginalized. We didn't want this man to become the president. He managed to win the primary and then he won the election. And we must do everything to bring down this government. There are also those who just say, look, they are anarchists. They just want to destabilize the country. We don't want power shift. We don't want, so there are all sorts of interests that are combined. And that's why the security chiefs must be able to sieve every strand, and analyze it on its own merit. And that's why those who started that protest were not contemplating, in my own opinion, a regime change. But that one came in along the line by some vested interest who said, look, of course, they're even talking about handing over, they're talking about Jonathan 2027. Because we will use one time, then we'll come back. We don't believe in power shift. This thing is our property. We must destabilize the country. If we are not there, it's either we bring it down or you hand it over to us. So those elements are there. And for me, the security chiefs should focus on two trends. The people sponsoring the protests abroad peacefully, they are just doing it, many of them, because they want to come back home to a country where they can be proud of. Most of them are not happy with what is happening abroad. Because no matter what you like, they are foreigners. Okay, go and protest. Those ones, I think, they are legitimate. But the two...
Should they financially sponsor a protest?
There is no protest that does not need some form of... you want to move people from one place to the other. You want to print posters. you want to print handbills. When we are fighting against military, we got support from abroad. So the government may not be able to stop that. And that's why the government must put on its thinking cap to look critically at the issues. For me, I think the greatest threat to this, this issue of protest are those elements that are calling for regime change, who are, using slogans of military, this and all that. I don't think that's the intention of those that are protesting. The government must look out for these anti-democratic forces. But in all, there are three major funders of the protest. They are very influential people, very powerful people. They are known in this country, and one of them is Royal Majesty, Mr. Hunger. Number two, Royal Majesty, insecurity. Number three, poverty. Those are the greatest sponsors.
And unemployment.
Unemployment, which is linked together. So if you are able to arrest those three, take them, put them in detention, Nigeria will have a very peaceful country that all of us will be proud of.
Thank you for that. Well, let me come to you, Mr. Adekule. We do not have the entire list, according to security chiefs. They say, okay, there are other names, but they will not mention it. But Showore's name is out there. Does it look targeted?
That's why I'm not totally in support of. When I saw it, and I said, they are coming with this diversionary, thing. In protests, and I have never seen anyone that has happened free. People fund, and many of the powerful people in government today are not oblivious. They are not unaware of this. They know, because they have been behind many protests in the past. The truth is, are you funding a protest to destabilize the country? Because logistics involved. Moving people, buying water, and all the little things. In fact, sharing, leaflets and all those things is not new. During the military, as Adeyeye said, you will see the vehicles sharing this. Some of us were involved in helping them to share, campaign for the monkeys. So those things were not done freely. Some people spent money, and that money must have come from some people. In this protest, I want the government to focus on the issues. He mentioned, he even helped us to dramatize. The issues are there. The security agents, too, without trying to play to the gallery, should help the government. You understand some of these issues. You can make recommendations without making it, known to the media. To the government, please, we are doing this, but help us address some of these underlying issues, because it will make their job easier. If things are rosy, who will come out to protest? I prefer this kind of protest that, you give date, you come out. It's better than just spontaneous riots. That is always very, very difficult for any country to handle. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we need to go to the root. Those who are sponsoring these protests, you said them, they are abroad, they are foreigners. Please, many of these people are Nigerians. They may have left the country. Many of them do dream of coming back, even after spending the best part of their life outside. Many of them do come around to buy houses or build one where they can, retire to, despite the fact that they thought Nigeria is not this, is not that. They often realize that there is no place like home. So those categories of people, like Showore, they are mentioning, will Showore destabilize Nigeria? And I'm not speaking. No, I'm speaking from the Showore. He just left the country not long ago. Throughout the last administration, he was having, a long running battle with the law. You get what I'm saying?
Someone who has consistently lost the presidential election.
Yes, but we are seeing because of the potential for abuse, going after this kind of people, you have to see it very well to be sure these are the intentions of this kind of people. Protesting is not a criminal thing, and we should stop criminalizing that.
No, I think government recognizes
the way they are going to, it's like criminalizing it. Those who are funding, for example, you say you want to protest and I'm abroad and I can spare $10, maybe I give them. You won't tell me if you do violent things, I'm not involved. But now a lot has happened. We need to go and address the underlying issue, the root causes. That is the easiest way to silence the. Adeoye gave categories of protesters: the genuine protesters, the very bad losers in elections, and those who have entitlement mindset that if it's not one of us, it is not. It's not. So to put down government, what do you want to achieve? We're in a democracy. Wait till the next election. If you are not comfortable with this administration, no problem. That's not a problem. Just wait till the next election and take your popularity. That's the easiest.
All right. So let me take it off from there. Adeoye, let me come to you. Because, and I want us to see this issue from the angle of the security chiefs. I don't want to say government, so let me say the security chiefs. Yeah. Shawara is somebody who has lost out on, and he consistently lost this presidential election. And he also lost in this 2023 general election. Yeah. Before now, he had this hashtag revolution now and all of that. And then he's abroad, financially, otherwise sponsoring a protest that could, according to major stakeholders, that could undermine the government of a democratically elected president. Is it out of line for the security chiefs to say this person should be on our watch list?
Well, I don't know the quantum of information that the security agents have. Or the Shawara that we know, honestly, is just a drop of water in the ocean. Shawara is just a footnote in terms of having the financial muscle, in terms of having the network all over the country to galvanize, an uprising that we upturn the country. Honestly. But we have people who are multi-billionaires who are in this country who can put down $1 million in just one day and say, look, I want this country to be destabilized. I don't think Shawara will gain anything if he thinks that this country should be, democratic process that he has been a part of should be destroyed.
You can't say.
Well, that's why I say I don't know the quantum of information that they have. But I think there are bigger threats than Shawara. Because he came here, even the rallies that Shawara organized, I don't think we had up to 2,000 people there the last time. His followers and all that, maybe about 1,500 people and all that. So I don't think Shawara was the one for the crisis in Plateau, in Borno and everywhere. So I think they should look at the bigger picture. That's the advice I'm trying to give to the security operatives. Okay,
so, constitutionally now, what happens to those foreign nationals who have been arrested and connected to those housed in foreign flags in Nigeria?
Yeah, I think the government should go further. There may be other things that are not known to us. People have used the Russian flag as a cover. Hopefully, I believe the Russian embassy is not even aware. Because if you look at the tradition of Russia, Russia does not intervene in our election. They don't even comment. In our politics, Russia does not comment. And I think Russia is a member of the United Nations, a highly respected country in that respect, and has been a genuine partner in terms of, genuine movement that really want positive changes all over Africa, from South Africa, from Morocco, support for ANC, support from, progressive movements all over the world. So I don't think Russia will. I think people are just using that. In intelligence agency, there are rogue third parties that will go and use American flag, even though they are Italians. They will go and use the Russian flag, even though Russia has nothing to do with it. If Russia was actually involved, Russia would not have come out with its own flag. That would be self-defeatist. So people using Russian flag is to create diversion towards Russia, whereas they are actually hiding under, operating from another country. And that's why, as we are speaking, no Russian has been arrested.
Honestly, the people I'm most uncomfortable with in all of this scenario are the ones calling for military to take over. Yeah. Those are the more dangerous elements, as far as I'm concerned. If government has a problem with people who sponsored, go to court. But be sure you are not going to get embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? People like Shawara. And I find it very uncomfortable for the security agents coming out to now list people that when they come, we arrest them. No, you keep a lot of things secret. when they come, you can be stopped.
We don't have the names of others.
No, you mentioned Sowore, shouldn't be. When they call
in the last election, if that does,
when you come in, they can even when you are going out or you are coming in, the government has a reason to talk to you. They will stop you. There are security agents everywhere. They will ask you, "Oh, please see our next door, the DSS." Then they will ask you relevant questions. You can be there for days, for hours, until they are satisfied that you have a good mission. So they're coming now to say all of this. To me, I said, well, how do you get them when you're already let the cat out of the bag?
It's an ongoing development, so we'll continue to monitor it. Deciding to do the right thing and doing that right thing are two different things. The latter is the real deal. The members of House of Representatives are yet to implement their resolution to slash their salaries by 50% for the next 6 months. The slash has